Hello, hello, hello. How's it going to all of you fine folks out there? Okay, so I wanted to change things up this evening, make it a little bit more involved if you have the time. If not, then you can just watch or listen. What I want to do this evening is do a quick run through on how to make your own light box. So if you have Fusion 360, uh, go ahead and open it up if you have the time. I believe we can squeeze this in 20 minutes, no problem. 20, 30 minutes. Should be good. I'm just going to make a basic light box like this with editable text. We won't make the stand for it tonight. That'll be extra time. But maybe we'll do that on the next one. So we can, if you open up Fusion 360, we'll run through and make your own editable text light box. So just open up a fresh, I'll give it a second. So you can open up Fusion. I know it takes a minute or so to get going, but I'll make sure to mention the shortcuts that I'm using. That way you can get used to pushing those buttons, make your workflow a little better. Okay, so you should have enough time to open up Fusion 360. First thing we're gonna do, you may see me hitting S, which is my shortcuts, pretty often just because that's my muscle memory. This is where I have all my shortcuts. And I also drag around the middle mouse a lot. So let's get started. First thing you're gonna do is create a new sketch. You can click create sketch, and then you're gonna pick, hold on, before we start this, let me show you how to fix your orientation. First things first, click your little picture top right, go preferences, and then you're gonna go to default modeling orientation, make sure that says Y up. Because whenever you export this and then take it into Bambu Studio or whatever slicer, it'll be oriented to where you can work with it right away rather than having to lay it down. So click your little person top right, come to default model and orientation, Y up, and you're good. That'll help whenever you export everything. So we want to create sketch, click this back plane right here. This back plane, so that way you're looking at it from the front. So this is going to be in the proper orientation on how everything works. That way you don't have to rotate anything later on down the line. So we're going to do a circle tonight. So we're going to hit C, the letter C for circle, and this will give you a center point circle. And then you can just click right on that center axis dot. You're going to drag it out a little bit, and we're going to type 235. 235 millimeters is the biggest that you're going to want to go on the bamboo bed, because that's the largest you're going to go without interfering with any of the lines. If you don't have this already set to millimeters, how you can change that is on the top left under document settings where it says units. Just click this little pencil, and then you can change this to millimeters. Okay, so we have our outer line. We're going to click the outer line and then click O for offset. And see, it's going towards the outside. We want it to go to the inside, so you can either click this flip button, or you can just type in a negative number. We'll go negative 2.5, enter. And now we have our border wall for the light box. Okay. So how do you get the grid lines? You don't need the grid lines, but if you want the grid lines, bottom center of the screen down here, you can change your views and your grid settings. And also the gray background. Okay, so after you have your two circles, we're going to go ahead and finish sketch. From here, just draw a rectangle all the way over the entire thing. That way both are selected. And then hit the letter E for extrude. I like to hold shift and center mouse button and drag it around a little bit. That way I can see it extruding. But we want to send this backwards because this is going to be the back plate. So we're going to go start and offset. And under offset, we're going to go minus 40 millimeters. So this is going to start from negative 40 millimeters backwards. And on distance, we're going to go 2 millimeters because that's how thick we want the back plate to be. And then also on the operation, we want this to be a new component. And that's it. Then you can click OK. So this is going to be our back plate. Now that we have component 1, we can click this and then rename it back plate. It's a lot easier to name these as you make them. That way everything is organized as you go. So now you can click on the front of the cube. My UI is hidden. Which UI? Let me see. Oh, maybe the top cube. Okay. Or my camera might be, whoops, my camera might be in the way. Okay. So from here, we have close that. Now we have the back plate. And then you're going to want to pop open this little sketches. Turn the eyeball on the sketch. And then now we can hide the back plate. Turn the eyeball off on the back plate. That way it doesn't get in the way. We're going to click this wall because you're going to create the wall now. And then go E for extrude minus 38 because this is how deep we want the box to be. Everything on here is fine except for under operation, you're going to want a new component. Click OK. Hello, everybody showing up now. We're just going to do a quick rundown on how to make a circle editable text light box. So now that we have the box, just like I said, name all of your components. We're going to name this one black because that's how I like to separate everything is by color. That way, whenever we bring it into the slicer, it'll already be easy to read and assign the filament colors. So now that we have the box, we can hide sketch 1. We're going to flip this thing around backwards. Remember, hold shift and center mouse button, flip it around backwards. Zoom in, click the back, and then create sketch. After you have the sketch on the back of the cylinder, click the letter P, and this is going to be project. So letter P, project, click the back. Make sure you have the specified entities under if you do bodies, it's going to attach it to it's going to project the body, or this specified entities is going to project the lines of the face. So projection link, if you have it checked on, it'll make purple lines. This will help if you need to edit something in the future. So make sure you have that checked. Okay. Let's see, we're 10 minutes in. We're doing pretty good. So once you have these purple lines, you can work with the purple lines. So now you're going to hit O for offset, the letter O, click the inner line, and it's going to send it, remember, the opposite direction. So you can just do, instead of a positive number, do a negative number. So we'll go negative 2.5. Or, like I was saying earlier, you can just click the flip button, does the same thing. But I have a habit of just typing positive, negative numbers. Either way works. Then click OK. So now you have this is going to be your inner lip. So that's all we need on this sketch right here. We'll go ahead and finish sketch. And then now we can flip it back around to the front. You can click the cube, drag it around, or just click the front of the cube and you're good. So you see this is gray right now. You can color this as you go, which actually might be easier just to kind of see what we're working on. So click A for appearance. Hello, Liz. Okay, so A for appearance. I have my favorites already set right here, but what you're going to see is Fusion appearances. You can come down here to the plastic and ABS white. You can drag this up top into in this design area, and then you can right click, edit, and just click and drag this wherever you want it in the color space, and then done. And then you can drag this material onto your body or onto your component. Now we can hit escape to close this or click close. Okay, so now we have the black cylinder. We no longer need the black cylinder for right now. We do need the back plate though, because we need to make the inner lip for this. So we're gonna hit, see, this is still gray. You can hit A for appearance, and all of the colors in your design are already up here. So you can click and drag this over to back plate, and now it's black. So this is the inner line that we drew a second ago. Click inside this, hit E for extrude, and you see the arrow going backwards. We want this to come forwards. So again, -5. That way it pulls it the opposite direction. We're gonna want this to, there's a bunch of different operations you can do, but we're gonna want this to join. That way this lip is combined with the back plate. So click OK, and now you have your back plate. This is the back plate for your light box. I'll leave the key hanger hole in maybe for next one. That way it doesn't slow us down today. But if you wanted to draw, let's just say a square on the back, you can do whatever you want back here. You don't have to follow me doing this. I'm just showing you an example. And then you can do whatever you want from here. Okay. So back plate is complete. We no longer need to see the back plate. You can turn the eye off to hide it. Bring your ring back, the box, and then turn on your original sketch. Sketch 1. This is the one that you started with, sketch 1. So now that we have a box, we need an inner part. We're gonna click the inner part, hit E for extrude. See how the arrow is going forwards? This is where a lot of people mess up. If it's going forwards, that means you need a negative number. So we're gonna go -1, which sends it backwards. And this is gonna default to join because you have two bodies touching. So on the operation, you're gonna want this operation to be either new body or new component, depending on many factors. But for right now, we're gonna go new component because this is gonna be a new color. Every time you start a new color, you wanna start a new component. Click OK. So now we have a 1 millimeter thick front of the light box. I'm gonna name this one white. And then now we can go A for appearance, and then back to your ABS. You can drag this up here. Right click, edit, drag it to whatever color you want. I'm gonna go with white, and then drag that onto the white component. And now I have a white face and a black box. And we are good to go here. So now we've used all of the sketch 1. We don't need the sketch 1 anymore. And this is what we're looking like. We have basically a hollow light box, kind of like a drum. So now you can click on the front white. Click on the front white. Now you're going to go create sketch. If you click on the front white, click on a face and then click create sketch, you're going to create a sketch from whatever face you clicked on. If I would have clicked on the black, you see how it put the sketch on the front? If I would have clicked on the back and then click create sketch, it would have created a sketch on the back. Okay, so we have a sketch on the front, but what we don't have is any of these lines. We don't necessarily need the lines for this tutorial, but if you did want these constraint lines, all you have to do, like we did on the back side, hit P. Hit the letter P for project, and then you can project this on. That way you do have those lines to draw off of. We're not going to mess with that on this one. We're just going to wing it. Okay, so now this sketch, we're going to draw your text. I have my shortcuts up here already set. You may not have the text one up here. If you don't have text showing up here, go click the create drop down and you will have text right here. So then you can click text. There's many different ways you can do text. You can import it from an SVG. There's a million different ways to do it. This is just a quick and easy way to do it to make it editable text. So then you're going to click somewhere in here. We're going to draw a box. If you see how mine is snapping, if you snap it to something, it's going to be constrained to whatever you snap it to. So just make sure not to snap it to anything and you'll have free range to do whatever you want with it. So if we just click it right here, now it brings up your text box. We're going to type in Polymaker application maybe. You see how the text is too big? You can go in here. We'll go 22 is okay. You can come in here, change your font, make sure it fits. The fonts that you're not going to want are script fonts like this. Fusion is not going to want to work with them. It's going to give you errors. Also, you're not going to want to use like spray paint or crazy fonts like this. Fusion is not going to it's not going to play well with these kind of fonts. You want a blocky, something blocky that you can Fusion can use as a shape. So then once you get your text, your font, everything sized correctly, just click OK. If you don't have it constrained, like I said earlier, you don't have it connected to anything, you can just drag this around to wherever you want. So if I wanted to get it lined up in the middle, if you wanted it dead in the middle, you can do your constraints. See how if I drag it and snap it, it's going to snap to there. And then I can drag this other corner and snap it to the other corner. Okay, carrying on. So let's say you have all the text you want. Text is good to go. Finish sketch. From here, you haven't created anything yet. So you're going to click the font or the text and hit E for extrude. So you're going to have to do this twice. Once you're going to have to cut out, and then once you're going to have to make new bodies. So we know the front of this is 1 millimeter thick. So in order to cut it all the way through, there's many ways to do it, but normally I'll do -5 just to make sure I have no issues cutting all the way through. This isn't how some people would do it, but I send it extra just to make sure. So you're going to want to make sure this operation says cut, which it should default to cut if you're passing through another body. So make sure you say cut and then click OK. So now you have a hole. If we hide the back plate, you can see now we have a hole through the front. So now whenever you do an extrude on a sketch or do some kind of a feature on a sketch, you can see it automatically hid your sketch. You're going to want to turn that back on with the eyeball, toggle the eyeball back on. And then you can click the text again, hit E for extrude, -1. And this time we're going to go, see it says join because it's automatically touching two bodies together. We're going to go new component and then we're going to click OK. And now we're going to name this component maybe editable text. So that way whenever we export this, we'll know that this is our text body. So now we can turn off the sketch and you can see now we have our text. And what's good about using the font in Fusion is the editable text. If you want to come back here, change it, say you have 10 different customers with 10 different names and they all want this circle light box with their name in it. All you have to do, which you can rename the sketches as well. You can rename this editable text. Enter. Now you know every time you open this back up, this is your sketch for the editable text. Toggle the eyeball on, right click, edit sketch. Now anytime you edit this, you can say, ooh, night core. You can type in whatever font you want in here now. And then all you have to do is hit OK. And since this is an editable font in Fusion, finish sketch. And once you finish the sketch, you can hide the sketch again, and now you already have your bodies. That's exactly how it was. You don't have to edit anything over here. Since you created the new components, it's going to edit it as is, and you're good to go. So now the only thing left on this is we need a cord hole, a cable hole to pass through. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get your LEDs through. So this is some people may think it's a little tricky, maybe not. What you're going to do is rotate it to where you can see the bottom. And you can also see the bottom of the cube up here in the top right. You can click the bottom, that way you have a perfect 90-degree angle view. Zoom in. So now we're going to create a new sketch. We're going to go create sketch, and then you're going to click this plane, because this is the plane that you're looking at. Click it, and then once again we're going to project. So we're going to hit P for project, and then let me look at this. So this top line is going to be the front, the bottom line is going to be the back. So we're going to project, the letter P, project, click the back line, projection link, and then click OK. So this purple line is, if this body ever changes, the purple line will follow it. That's why I do projection link. So if you edit this file way up the line, it's going to follow the body. It's a little more advanced tutorial on that. Okay, so once we projected the line back here, we can hit the letter L for line, and then you have the line tool that pops up. So if you drag your mouse right here, you see how the little triangle pops up? That's the center of my line. So we can snap it right there, click, and then also it snaps to 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle. We're going to type in 14, because this is how deep I put the center of the rectangle of the hole. So 14 millimeters. And then now, well, this is where I have my sketch shortcuts. So now you can go to create. See, I have center rectangle up here on my shortcuts already. Once you get to using this, you'll see which tools you use often, and you can set your shortcuts up accordingly. So we'll go create, rectangle, center rectangle. We'll click that. And then we're going to click the end of that line and drag it out a little bit. We're going to make this 16 millimeters by 8 millimeters. So another way to easily type these in is just using the tab key. So I type in 16, hit the tab key, it bumps to the left and right. Click in the number 8. If you messed one of them up, you can just keep clicking tab to bounce back and forth. And then whenever you're done, click enter. And now you have your rectangle. And that's all we need for this. Now you can click finish sketch. And now you have your rectangle here, which is dead center of your diameter. So now you can flip this around, click that rectangle. You got to make sure to click the rectangle. Click E for extrude. And this is another one of those personal preference things. There's a million different ways you can do this. You can drag it all the way through just like that and be done with it and click OK. Or there's other options, more advanced options. You can do extent type. You can do all, and it'll only go all the way through the entire body, whatever is visible. There's many different ways you can do this. The quickest, easiest way is just to do just a default. I'm going to run through that again just so you can see the quickest, easiest way to do it without me rambling. So quickest, easiest way to do this. Click your rectangle, click E for extrude, drag it all the way through the object, make sure it says cut, click OK. Now you have the hole all the way through the wall. And now you have a USB cord pass through. This is a larger hole than what you need for just a USB cable, but it does guarantee that if you forget to run your USB plug, you'll still be able to run it through here. That's why I made that hole that big. Okay, so now you have you can turn on the back plate, and now you have your basic light box. From this, it's pretty much complete. So now if we want to export this, let's say I want to change all of these, the colors, you can click A for appearance. Remember, you can, let's see, duplicate one of these appearances, edit. If I wanted it red, you can just click and drag right here. If you wanted any other color, or if you wanted to type in a hex value, you can do that as well to color match something. You can get pretty fancy with these things. Then after you do your color editing, drag it to your text component. There you go. Okay, so to export this and send it to the Bambu Studio, we're going to go right click on the component. I'm not sure if everybody's caught up with me, so I'm going to give you a second. So we're going to go right click on the component right here, save as mesh. There's many different options right here. What you're going to want to use is the STL binary. Make sure your unit type is in whatever units you selected for your project. So if you did it in inches or feet or whatever, make sure it matches. Otherwise, your import into Bambu Studio is not going to be fun. Then make sure your refinement says high. If you do it medium or low or something, you're going to get essentially a whole bunch of flat edges all the way around this rather than a circle. So we're going to go STL binary, millimeter, refinement high, click OK. We already have this titled backplate. I'm going to throw this, let's see here. Let's go videos, light up. I'm just going to throw it in this folder, backplate, save, save. So now I have the backplate saved. Now we're going to go to the next component, same exact thing, right click, save as mesh. It already has all of since you already have this set up, all you have to do is click enter, enter, right click the next component, save as mesh, enter, enter, right click, save as mesh, enter, enter. So now I've already saved all 4 of those bodies. Now what you can do, open up your slicer. Uh, 30 minutes. Yeah, we're doing pretty good timing on this. We're about done now since we're going to the slicer. Okay. So now we're going to go, I have a template set up for mine with all of my settings, which is what I would suggest you do. Once you get all of your settings that you like for your profiles, save a template. Okay, so now we're going to go add, and we're going to go find wherever you saved your bodies. And on the first one, you're going to import only everything on the front box. So black, white, and our text. So select those 3. You can click and drag over them. Just make sure you have all of them in and then click open. You're going to get this pop-up. It says load these as a single object with multiple parts. You have to click yes on this. If you do not click yes on this, you're going to have a bad time. It's going to separate your bodies and they're not going to be glued together essentially. It's just going to be a bunch of individual parts. So make sure load these as single object, click yes. From there, you can come over here to objects, and then now you have all of your bodies. So black, we know we can assign this one to black. Number 2, white, it's already white. Editable text, whatever color you want the text, click it, and then now you are good. Now you can see it needs to be flipped around because you don't want to support all of this. And you want to print this face down on a textured bed for the better quality finish. So we'll click off in the distance, click it again, lay on face, click the face. So the reason why I said we're at 235 is the biggest you want to make. You can see the boundaries of this box. We'll get it as close to the top as possible. And you can see if you run your calibrations, it's going to be right there. You're going to have just enough space to run your calibration before the print. And you don't want it all the way back because as soon as you hit slice, this back line, I'll slice it right now. See how it's going to be touching that face? You don't want it all the way back. So what you can do is just drag it a little bit forwards and you're good to go. And so 235 millimeters is about as far as you want to go. So back plate, now you can import the back plate. Back plate, open. And you see these are all importing the proper orientation already. Yeah, you need a silent T. So because we did the orientation in Fusion, that's why these are coming in here, the proper orientation already. You don't have to rotate them. So we can come over here to back plate. Assign it. I have a different print profile for the back plates because I have different settings for the black colors in the light boxes. That way it doesn't have wisps in the prints. That's why I have 2 black print profile or filament profiles. So from there, slice it, print it, show it off in the Lightbox Ambassador channel, and I'll be there to tell you how awesome it looks. Let's see here. So that's the most basic Lightbox you can make and have editable text. So anytime you want to come back, right click, edit sketch. Do any of these, okay, finish sketch, and you're good to go. Just re-export the files and re-import them into Bambu Studio. And that's basically all there is to it for the basic fundamental Lightbox, just as plain Jane as you can be. Anybody have, well, we can, it's past 6:30 now, so we can head on down to the application hangout. If any of y'all had any questions or hang-ups along the way, I could answer them down there. So if y'all want to head over to application hangout, we can start knocking those questions out. I'll see you down there. So brief interruption. If you could go to Shurdle.com/links and purchase any of your items such as Bambu Lab printers, filament, LED string lights you might use for the light boxes, Polymaker filament, my affiliate link here, Vectorizer AI. It is no longer free. You can use this to use my affiliate link. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.